A cena é que eu não estava assim, mas sei lá. Nem percebo. Porquê é que será que a sapanete?
Não sei, mano.
Eu estou com medo, porque isso anda aí a gripar. Essa merda preocupa-me.
Eu também tive doente há uns dias atrás. Ainda estou um bocadinho tipo, ainda estou com o nariz entupido e com expectoração. Mas já não tenho dor de cabeça nem de garganta arranhada.
É ter como tu estás a dizer. Só que a dor de cabeça não está nem está para aí além, estás a ver? Tipo, tu só com um incômodozinho muito suave na cabeça.
Sim, era agora a minha.
Mas tipo, o nariz escasso, respirar está para o barrigo verde.
Yeah. É que meter agora também.
E a garganta. E depois um caso ainda fima, que é ainda pior.
Pois.
Yeah. Ainda me sofre. Agora tu estás de caralho. Yeah.
O bom é que eu também sou inteligente o suficiente para não fumar quando eu estou doente. Ninguém apanha essa piada boa da fixe.
Não, eu não vi.
Ainda não percebi.
É disso assim. O bom é que eu sou inteligente o suficiente para não fumar quando eu estou doente. E no momento eu vi isto.
Não dei para ver.
Não dá para ver, verdade.
Ok, então esse microfone depois é uma máquina, não esquece isso. Foi o barulho de isqueiro.
Ah, 25.
Pô, o meu trabalho hoje foi suave.
What the fuck?
Tão
Foi
bom.
o quê?
Bem suave, quase que não se faz nada.
A pessoa ainda está na baça dos restos da ceia.
Oh, e muita gente já não tem dinheiro. Discutir tudo no Natal. E muita gente também está com um ressaca, não quer sair de casa sequer.
Pois.
É isso, mano, fica em casa. Bora que amanhã seja igual, que não me chavete.
Cara, tem...
The path to Parthenax lies through this gate. I will show open the way. Follow me. I will show you. Perhaps not. But this shout was used once before, was it not? Have you considered that those who if the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Dragons, there is no in me for most, but for you, the dragon, not hate, distrust, and fear. The blades have always sought to turn the dragonborn away from the path of wisdom. Breath and focus. Look. I will grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well. Force now! The path to Paarthurnax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit. Boost!
Teve agora a Aurora Boreal nesse jogo. Está mais bonito que muitos jogos.
Mas quando?
Look, Damu, shiny, Shukurai. não devia.
Programa.
Está dizendo que se. O microfone está desligado, não é?
What the fuck?
Não percebi que tinha.
Não tem como desligar.
Ai.
Mas tu tens microfone de stream?
Sim, não tem como desligar, você não dá.
Ah, trabalha nisso. E depois falo.
What the fuck? 15. Lucky.
What are you doing?
Oh, agora não tem que desviar.
15. هديت الدقاش تدمنت.
A economia de Portugal está superando a da Europa. Só levei este título porque a economia de Portugal está superando a da Europa.
É, mas estás vindo para o TV, irmão.
Dremyolok, greetings, Wundernik. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain? They see me as master, Wuth Onik, old and wise. It is true I am old. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem. Patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the elder speaks first. Not until introductions are complete. The word. Understand fire as the Dove do. Now, show me what you can do. Greet me not as mortal, but as Dova. Yes, Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. You seek your weapon against Alduin. Yes, they are very protective of me, Bahlan Fadon. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me.
Estava só contando.
So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a jaw, mortal. Even for one of Dovasos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me? You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. Croesus, sorrowfully, your kind, Jaw, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? Ruza, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next... Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa? Lean Vokin? Would you stop the next world from being born? Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that... Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name throat of the world? True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Vaucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated. Yes and no. Viknuzny Karon. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time.
Já quando disse que o jogo se chama The Elder Scroll, bro. Gonna know, yeah.
how to
Porque lá gajo e depois
explain
o
your
Alder,
tongue.
bombas, scroll. Foi
Don't
sempre.
have words for such things that jaw do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always. The Kele, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for prophecy. Yes, your prophecy comes from an Elder Scroll.
Mano, eu não tenho mais nada que fazer. Estou a jogar jogos
But
free.
this is only a small part of their power.
Não, é tipo recito para caralho.
Not
Eu quero ver os
intentionally.
animesitos.
Some hoped he would be
de
gone
repente é sempre
forever,
fazer.
forever lost. Meye,
Não é Dragon Ball, que eu não dizia
I
assim.
knew better.
Facilita, vamos
Teed
girar,
Bo
vamos assim.
Amativ. Time
Filmado.
flows
Vão
ever
solo lá.
onward. One day he would surface. Which is why I have lived
Não, é bom que seja mesmo
here.
bom, senão for
For
levar na boca.
thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when.
Eu já tinha visto o primeiro episódio, mas eu vou outra vez.
Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Croesus, no, I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way.
Do you know that way?
Return it here to the Tid Ahran. Then, Kele Vomindok. Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Ahran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation. Then you will feel, know Dragonrend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir. The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun, the Nords have had many heroes since, but Vomendok, I do not know. Perhaps in the very doing, they erased the knowing of it from time itself. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time, perhaps also uniquely vulnerable. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihorn, they would not listen. Yes, there were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow. But they did not trust us, Neov. Their inner counsels were kept hidden from us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself. I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran. Incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove. I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master. Fus, Faim, and Yol. It is called force in your tongue, but as you push think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine that is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fade in. Ponder the meaning of spirit. Unslad Zi, where mortal flesh may wither and die. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you. Which calls to you. In your tongue, the word simply means that is the true meaning of Yol. Think of this as the fire builds in your sum, in your breath. Drem Yolok, greetings.
Hello.
Sum Ark Mora.
So, you spoke to Pot? Did he tell you what you wanted to know? Did he teach you? Well, so be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn this, we will bow to his wisdom. We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with. As for where to find it, such blasphemies have always been the stock in trade of the mages of Winter. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek. Such blasphemies are the calling of mages, not followers. Take your question to the College of Winterhold. They may be able to help you. Win. Thank you.
Ajudaste-me bem, graças a Deus, amigo. Burro do caralho.
Sky, guard you. Such blasphemies are the call. Take your question to the College of Winterhold. They may be able to help you.
Winterholds. Já vem, vocês está-se bem.
Tá já.
Até já, até já.
Vamos ver. Opa, vamos ver. Alô.
Yeah.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
But we haven't taken a side because it's not our fault.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, little spy. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
Do you hate the Dark Elves? Are you here to bully us and tell us to leave? You've come to the wrong city, then. Windhelm's a haven of prejudice and narrow thinking. Nothing new. He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults. Some of these Nord. And it isn't just the Dark Elves they hate. They make in fact, just about anyone who isn't a Nord is fair game for their bullying. Some of these... And it isn't just... In fact, just about anyone who isn't a Nord is fair game for their bullying. Until next time.
Tick.
Mano, faz dizer que isso não dá para uma Coca-Cola. Cada...
vi o caralho dos lobos, mano. Foda-se.
O lobinho!
Vai matar o bem, ó.
Não!
Vi carnem, ó.
Não gostei.
Puta não.
Mano, isso também é parvoíce, sabe?
O quê?
Isso está, hahaha. Mas preferia não gastar. Mas posso ir com vocês tranquilamente. Queres ir com a gente, mas não queres gastar dinheiro, caralho. Esse gajo, mano. Como assim, mano?
Mano, é que isso é ridículo. Eu preferia não gastar, mano. É um jantar que a gente vai comer.
Peraí. Vês aí,
Mano, a língua está com merdas, mais vale dizer, não consegui.
Espera que já venho.
Ok, até já.
Hã?
O que é que foi? O que é que foi? O que é que foi?
No final do jogo disse que eu precisava de morrer.
Ei!
Não salvei, ou seja, 20 para trás.
Foda.
It's no secret.
Foda-se, caralho. Interrupts. Esse gajo deve levar lá. Esse gajo deve
Ele
Need
leva
a ride?
aonde? Que eu não
I can
percebi.
take you to any of the hold
Ao
capitals.
sítio onde eu preciso
Where do you
de ir.
want to go?
Que é o Interrupts.
Tava é para o sítio onde precisas de. Acho que é no pacote.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
Não consigo me levar bem.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Run from old Rorik's.
We need coin, Ramir, and you're not bringing home any.
You let me do what? Join the college and prance about casting spells all day?
Pô, mas para um jogo para um ano onde havia poucos recursos brutos, gráficos e renderizações e o caralho, pô, esse jogo tem range até desachado, foda-se.
Pá, não, isso é ótimo.
Epá, já.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane. I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college.
Voltei.
And if, in the
Hello.
process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, the more important question is, why are you here?
Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
Do you? It is true there are some here who have spent years studying the accumulated knowledge of the scrolls. But what you seek does not come easily, and can destroy those without a strong will. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is what can you... Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree... A small test, if you will. Dragonborn? It's been so long since we've had any contact with the Greybeards. Do you really have the voice? I would be most impressed to see that. What was that? So the stories are true. Normally, you'd need to show some aptitude with one of the schools of magic. I think there is much that we can learn from each other. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. The college is an asset to Skyrim. Even if we are the only... There are others who study, to be sure. But they do so in private and all... Certainly. Destruction spells... Concentration spells can be cast immediately, though they're weaker. You'll also need to decide whether to... Focusing solely on flame spells will make them more powerful. But you may find yourself at a disadvantage against foes immune to fire. I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge.
Caralho.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes. Vou mandar pro item.
Welcome to the college.
É o que eu
Another
vi
new
dizer que
student.
ela é o meme.
I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes.
Principalmente na parte
I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class.
Não é
Are
na
you
parte
ready to
família,
begin?
é na parte que...
Então vá, frente.
Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the hall of the... It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
Para mim, que me vai para quarto para a gente dar uma fuga.
Caramba, minha... A Vitinha vai dizer, esse anime é uma merda, percebes? Foda-se, fuck tu e os teus animes da louca. Preciso de queijo, caralho.
No máximo o primeiro episódio é uma merda. O resto, foda-se.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments.
Ele quer comer letra. Eles fodem.
Now I'll show you to your...
Mas isso é que há personagens que são.
who you'll meet shortly.
Mas não,
This is
caralho,
where
eu
you
não
will
é aqui
stay.
no anime.
This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and
Eles
study
agora vão brigar de
sessions.
espadas com as estátuas.
Essa porta agora é foda.
É bom mesmo que sim, senão é drop dessa merda já.
Initially, you'll be learning from Doente, one of our most
Força
esteemed
aí.
wizards.
Ganda banana, mano. Quiseste tramar bombas, mas já dado na cabeça. Perdeu, tome pisada na cabeça.
After I finish showing you the grounds, we can talk.
Parem aqui, vamos falar sobre o que está lá.
Tá lá, até já.
Pois é.
O rabinho dela. Pois, se o cara não arrancasse, morria. Vai pro chão. A cabeça que tu vais levar. A Vitinha crazy, Vitinha crazy. Quantos episódios é que isso tem? Oh, isso só tem 12 episódios. What the fuck?
E a segunda temporada não sei.
Tolfdir is likely
mas
already
tens que ver a
addressing
temporada
new
ainda, ok.
apprentices. Go on in,
Vai
and if
até
you
o
have any
25º,
problems,
ok.
let one of our senior members know.
Uma cena que eu curto nesse anime, e não é spoiler, é que tipo, em todos os animes, tipo, o personagem começa uma grande merda, né? E depois ao longo do tempo ele vai melhorando. Aí, o processo de escalagem de personagem é bada rápido.
Mas ele fica sempre merdoso.
Não, fica bada foda, que é diferente.
Fica bada foda. Eu a gente vem para aqui, mano.
Another, are you... I assure you that I shall be watching you. I am an advisor to the Archmage. The Thalmor wish to promote relations with your college. I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires advice. Now that stability has been established between the Dominion and the Empire, we seek only to help Skyrim. To guide its people through this time of transition, to help lead them to a better future. Perhaps not as often as he should. Perhaps not as often as he should. In time, I believe he will...
Welcome. Peaked. You sure you shouldn't be home? You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken. Then allow me to... I am Savos Arin. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored, but I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners or treated as an amusing diversion. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us. I've seen events in the last several hundred years resulted in... not some risk. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening with
You've been
Skyrim.
quiet so far. What are you not going to weigh in either way? I admire your restraint, but there are times when you must make decisions, even without all the facts. Rely on
Yeah,
instinct.
toda a gente apareceu com 6 frangos no braço.
Let's just give it a chance. What's the worst that could happen?
All right, down. I suppose we can try something practical. In
Now, if you'll
continuing with our
excuse me.
theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that... I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with a demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? That's what this lesson is for. Perfect time to try. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please. Just opposite. Want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell, and keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthor nearby.
What you learn here will last you a
Learning
lifetime.
opportunity.
Several, if you're
I
talented.
suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
sure you shouldn't be home in bed? It's no secret that the college's reputation... The Great Collapse. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. No one is... I know there are some who have blamed the college. The Sea of Ghosts Winterhold was... The waves... The college survived. And so here we remain. Now if you'll excuse me.
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing...
Yeah, that's good. Aqui.
Casa.
Tá bem. Que é?
Você tá achando comigo, brother?
É? Não, não é, não é.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, things that are off-limit. There are some... If you ever need something, especially something... I've spent a long time building up a list of contacts.
This is better than sitting around talking about magic, don't you think? This is better than sitting around talking about magic, don't you think? Before you... Yes, I... Does that cover everything? No, I suppose we have. Now I'm here to study conjuration. That's what's important.
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. Anything at all that might be of interest. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink, we're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical... All right, please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious. As some of you may know, Sarthal was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Sarthal. This is an exciting opportunity for us. Well, are there any questions before we begin? Please be careful here. Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on... I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating... Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. Now, let's see.
Okay.
Anything designed to keep people out. Don't interact with them. Just like that.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research.
He asked far too many questions about my research. I think the Thalmor are trying to steal my work. I haven't told him anything, of course. What I'm doing is far too important. Can't breathe a word of it. What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine, just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything. Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them. Until next time.
Já tomaste alguma cena?
Pô, ainda não parei de tomar medicação.
My God! Está aqui.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? Well, this is highly unusual and very interesting. What is this place?
Make it quick. Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I swear I felt something wrong. What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw? The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any. Perhaps we should take a look inside these. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find? They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over a... I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place. So you wish to master the arcane arts? They were a group. No one's seen them, and I have no idea what connection they'd have. I have no idea, but it's fascinating. Assuming it's true, of course. The Isle of Artaeum disappeared over 100 years ago, and no one has seen them since. And yet now, suddenly, they've chosen to contact you. Why, it's intriguing. If nothing else, I'd take it as a compliment. The Psijics have only ever dealt with those they feel worthy. I can certainly share a bit of what I know. Take care now. This is simply fast. Oh no, you don't. Take care now.
Calva, io فتيامات الوبي الغبول تنشريو.
Só espero que tenham gostado do stream e tchau tchau, até amanhã.
E é isso, família. Obrigado por toda a gente que assistiu à stream. os homens que estiverem a ver podem vir mamar na blica. E é isso, família. Vemo-nos na próxima stream. Tchau, tchau. Subscrevem o canal, deem like. E os homens venham mamar na blica. Tchau, tchau, família.
Derretes. Esses fichos de coelho. E é isso, Vips. Beijos na blica. Porque é dor. Tchau.
Tchau, tchau, guys.
Graças a Deus não gosto